Hello, you are most welcome. I'm teacher Ivan from Wuuna Educational Services. We are still looking at the relations, mappings, and functions. So in our previous videos, we looked at the relations and mappings. So we are now looking at functions. We shall start with finding unknowns in functions. But before we start looking at how we may find unknowns in functions, take a note of this. Before you come for functions, you must first of all go for equations. Know how we solve simultaneous equations and know how we solve quadratic equations because they are applied in functions. You can go to our playlist, go to O-level mathematics, you will find simultaneous equations and quadratic equations. Please first get the knowledge about simultaneous equations and quadratic equations such that you don't get problems with functions. Otherwise, let us continue. The example 1 says that given that fx equals to 48 minus 5x over x plus 3, they want us to find the f of 6. Meaning, if you look at the question, they just substituted x with 6. Similarly, even in the expression for fx, where there is x is where we shall replace 6. Therefore, the function of 6 will be 48 minus 5 times 6 over 6 plus 3. And please, I want you to get that, simplify, and get the final answer. I'm moving on to example 2. In example 2, we are told that given that f of x equals to x squared plus 3x plus c, they want us to find the value of c given that f of 2 equals to 9. So similarly, you'll notice that they substituted x with 2. So even in our equation where there is x, we shall replace it with 2 and equate the whole expression to 9. This is how we shall do that. We have f of x equaling to x squared plus 3x plus c. And now, since f of 2 equals to 9, therefore, that means that f of 2 equals to 2 squared plus 3 into 2 plus c, which equals to 9. So that gives us 4 plus 6 plus c equaling to 9, which is 10 plus c equals to 9, and therefore c equals to -1. That is how we shall get the value of c. Then in example 3, we are given that if g of x equals to ax squared plus 5x minus 3, they want us to find find the a given that the g of 1 equals to 9. The same thing, we are replacing x with 1 even on this side. Where there is x, we replace it with 1 and equate to 9. Then we shall find the value of a. So I want to try that. We now go to example 4. Given that f of x equals to f of x equals to ax squared plus b, and f of -2 equals to 3, and f of 1 equals to -3, So they want us to find the value of A and B. So in this particular example, you must get the knowledge of simultaneous equations. This is what I mean. We are given the general equation as f of x equals to ax squared plus b. But f of negative 2 equals to 3, meaning that let us replace x with negative 2 in this equation and equate to 3, which means that this is a into negative 2 squared plus b equaling to 3. When we replace x with negative 2. So that gives us negative 2 squared is 4a plus b equaling to 3. This is equation 1. And still we are also told that the f of 1 equals to negative 3. So similarly, f of 1 which equals to negative 3 can be simplified by replacing x squared with 1. And therefore that gives us a into 1 squared plus b equals to negative 3, which gives us a plus b, because 1 squared is 1 times a remains a, equaling to negative 3. This is equation 2. Now that you have equation 1 and equation 2, they form what we call simultaneous equations. Then you solve the simultaneous equations using any of your convenient method to find the values of A and B. If you don't know how to solve simultaneous equations, go to our playlist, look for O-Level Mathematics. You will find solving simultaneous equations. Learn how to solve, come back and do that. The last example, that is number 5. In number 5, we are told that if f of x equals to bracket of x minus 4 squared, they want us to find the value of x for which f of x equals to 25. This is also a bit another approach. In this kind of approach, we are not going to substitute, but we are going to equate. So if f of x equals to x minus 4 squared, and then we are told that this f of x equals to 25, that means that 25 equals to x minus 4 squared. So they want us to find the value of x. Just get the square root on both sides. This one cancels the root and we get positive or negative 5 equaling to x minus 4. So when positive 5 equals to x minus 4, that means that x equals to 9. When negative 5 equals to x minus 4, that means that x equals to negative 1. So there are two possible values of x. So that is how we could do that. And lastly, the last example on finding unknowns, this is number 6, which says that given that f of x equals to x squared minus 3x, they want us to find the values of x for which f of x equals to 4. This is now a quadratic equation. How did you know? Substitute and see. We have f of x equaling to x squared minus 3x. But this also equals to 4. So we have x squared minus 3x equaling to 4. We take 4 the other side to get a quadratic equation, which is x squared minus 3x minus 4 equals to 0. Then solve this either by factorization, completing squares, using the quadratic formula, the one you call bulldozer, or any convenient method to get the values of x. That marks the end of our first lesson on functions. In our next lesson, we shall be looking at how we get the inverse of a function. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell so that you get notified. But most importantly, search for Wuuna Educational Services all over all our media platforms. We are on Facebook, we are on TikTok. Subscribe to all our channels on YouTube, like and follow our pages on Facebook, join our Facebook groups, and follow us on TikTok, such that we enjoy learning together as we conveniently and